passed an order where, in relation to kind of making abortion as accessible. So even if it's legal, where is the funding for abortion in government plan? And I just want to get Dr. Siria's point of that. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but Canada has one of the most progressive laws in relation to abortion, where I think there's no cut-off point, and it puts the woman very much in the centre. I just want to get more clarification on that, and if some of those kind of laws could be brought across India.
After we make a recommendation, because of our concern, we were all very concerned about this, and it was a kind of a negotiation ploy. She said that it's gone through without that particular, hopefully, so maybe we won't have it mentioned there. We never wanted it, but you have to understand that it's okay to be fighting for something, but sometimes you get what you want. Okay, fine, so it's not there. Thank you. Is that what you wanted to ask me?
Yeah, I just wanted to...
Everything safe. For they wanted us to write down the sex of the fetus in second trimester terminations. They want all second trimester terminations to be done only in public hospitals. They want communities of doctors to sit and opine on second trimester terminations. And we've been fighting that since 2004. And every 2 years, someone comes up again and we again have a meeting, we again manage to fight it out. So we've been fighting it and we continue to fight it. Not in the courts, but at the community. In 1975, it was the Indian Lunacy Act. It was so restricted if you really wanted to implement it. So 2002 came in and said mental illness, and because the Lunacy Act. But when you give mental illness, people said, but someone might be exactly what you said, just mentally retarded. Does that mean the person is not fit to give consent? So we said, fine, mental illness. For the moment, we leave mental retardation out. My impression is, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, because I heard the lawyer that came on television, and she was harping on the fact that mental retardation has been left out. I've seen that most times, you've got lawyers on both sides. Please. They are in the law just as you are. So I realized in this case, the lawyer was, we were harping on 20 weeks, which was a fact. And in that case, we were harping on saying, mental retardation is not a focus. We now are requesting that it be brought in, but we also accept that not all mental illness and all mental retardation is automatically a strikeout. And we will have to go by, but that will come in the rules. We get the act through, and the next step will be the rules as to how the act is implemented, and then we try and justify and say, a schizophrenic can give consent if she is on treatment. A mentally retarded person can give consent. Now, how we work that out, I don't know. We'll have to work that out a little later. This is just one thing, and I know people say that women use abortions as family plan, and they tend to trivialize it. No woman, kind of mother, is the most humiliating. The women in this audience, I'm sure some of them have gone through. No woman ever does an abortion like the humiliation, the getting onto a table, the getting an exam. She does it because there is no alternative, because there is no male participation, because there is no access, because she thinks the IUD is bad, because she thinks the pill causes cancer. I think abortions have to just be available, and we shouldn't have to justify abortion as far as women are concerned. Second trimester is so sad that certain very smart, well-administered states are bringing in big restrictions. I think we have probably mentioned that earlier. And the medications for second trimester have just disappeared. That's something we need to look at. I know that doctors from Gujarat have told me this. Well-administered state want to make the sex ratio better, regulate the medications. It just disappeared. Doctors will stop doing it, and you'll probably also have a lot of restrictions. More birth defects, I think Nikhil said he diagnosed those in antenatal. Maybe there are more birth defects, but it's also happening that we are picking them up better, and many of these would have been born and had problems and survived or not survived post-delivery. Essential medication, someone has commented it. The last time, we actually gazetted an entire list for what the MPT Act and rules say now. We wrote it out, the government has gazetted it, and now we've got comprehensive abortion guidelines, which the government has released a few months ago, which has imported it. For the first time, India has a set of comprehensive abortion guidelines. Maybe you want to look at those. iPads, I think the iPads were the best thing that happened to reproductive health. And when I once spoke in the meeting, they called me and they asked, what about the misuse of iPad? And I started saying, emergency cannot be misused. I mean, how stupid do you think women are? This woman does not let go of a good method to use the emergency contraception. She is a woman who doesn't use anything else, who uses emergency contraception. She uses it 3 times, lands up to menstrual disturbance, goes to a health center, gets a good method. We've all had patients coming to us saying, took it 4 times, took it 5 times. The company achieved within a few months. I don't agree why they achieved it. I don't like the fact that they made a money. A lot. Foxley had a helpline, Foxley had ads for years, and no one knew about emergency contraception. And today anyone knows about emergency contraception. What's wrong with that? Maybe the company even needs to know about medical termination of pregnancy. Today, second trimester terminations are safe with medications, and they are safe even beyond 20 weeks. And like Nikhil, I was approached by someone with ties to a bishop because they were planning to come up with something after your case, because I am involved with the hospital, which is a religious trust, and they had been told by some doctors that you've got to see this is a risk to the woman, 26 weeks is dangerous. And I convinced them and said, 26 weeks is safe, it's like having a baby today with medications, so it's not dangerous anymore. Sex selectiveness, in fact, to the upper classes, your question, Prakash, you know that we worked on this together. As of now, my understanding would be that nurses and the other doctors should be entitled to all procedures in the first trimester. They will be like MBBS providers, but the rules would have to clarify that, and I don't know what will happen when the next committee does the rules. And I don't know why this keeps coming up. The government has automatically recognized all its facilities. The government does not need recognition for PHCs, CNCs, district hospitals. The government in the Act says all government facilities and the others will approve it. Little unfair, little biased, because their facility may not be up to the mark. And I think funding, there's a lot of funding today from NRHM. It's only the fact that the government
services the poor people come typically at about 5.5, 6 months or the first time hospital have been done. There were about 3 such kind of cases, and one of them a very, very sad and classic example. A lady who went at about 18-19 weeks for the anomaly scan or the malformation scan, and the baby was found to have no upper limbs, no lower limbs, extremely poorly developed vertebral column, and shifted higher. Okay, so they wasted used the necessary time taking second opinions, talking to people, etc., etc. By which time the lady was 21, 22 weeks. So the process, it's not that the lady did not come before 20 weeks. She did come before 20 weeks. She was diagnosed to have an abnormality, but by the time they could get a second opinion, repeat sonography, talk to the relatives, decide among themselves, and approach the doctor, it was about 22 weeks. And that happens all the time. No. And I would very strongly recommend not to terminate, because if the law of the land is not wanting you to terminate, you should not terminate. You should change the law. Then only you should get into it. You should not find some skimpy grounds and get yourself involved with for no rhymes and reasons, because this right arena, etc., you all go to talking 5-star hotels in these kinds of situations. But when it comes to police coming to your doors and taking charge of yourself, I think you are better off saying, no, the law does not allow, I will not do it. That's very simple.
This is like an honest answer. You come into this activism and you have your LLB now. Tell me honestly, have you never terminated a pregnancy for a malformation after 20 weeks? You did, right? Now you have to understand that when you are reading the law can be black and white, and sometimes law can be gray. Someone asked me about terminating a pregnancy. I do not terminate it using obscentic excuses. I give exactly the right indication, and that is a doctor has to have a certain medical responsibility to his patient, which will, I believe honestly, and I've always believed this, I've been involved with the MPP Act for the last 12 years, and I've probably memorized it. I honestly believe the law meant something when it was written. Thanks to you, we are probably going to try and change it. I wish we didn't have to do it, because we were doing fine. There are lakhs of women every day being helped by doctors, and I'm sorry to say sometimes, and someone mentioned something very nice, I think you said about activism. Sometimes activism can actually restrict things, and today it has restricted things for women. You were terminating these pregnancies. I will continue to terminate these pregnancies. Doctors will, and today, because of the act, a lot of doctors are being scared of it. Now this woman will have to go to term. But trust me, if she goes to another doctor with a clear conscience, that doctor will terminate this pregnancy, because medically speaking, it's a right thing to do. If you want to interpret the law to the letter, don't do a cesarean at 32 weeks. Don't do a cesarean at 34 weeks, because the law even talks about any termination in pregnancy, not for saving the life. But you don't do a cesarean to save the life at 32 weeks. treatments for IUGR or for a, no, you don't, you save the baby very often. When you get a bad tracing on color doctor, you're not saving the life of the mother, you're saving the life of the child, which the God has done now. So you do it all the time. The question is probably, maybe the arguments were different, maybe they should have been different. Whatever happened, now we have to see into two. But my one request is judicial activism also has to be dealt, but it shouldn't create more problems than you had in the first place. And doctors in this country will continue to terminate those pregnancies, irrespective of what has happened. Unfortunately, a lot of them have stopped.
I think I'm going to be the lawyer in this case. So, being the judge. I think we have to, and I think the arguments here for tempering judicial activism are really there because, we can, if you rush into things just because you see an opportunity without consulting groups that have been working on the ground, you will sometimes get judgments that are completely contrary to what you want to achieve. So, but however, there are things here, and I think Roshan has pointed out a lot of things. The government has promised certain things to women with respect to abortion, and that is not happening in terms of facilities, the district committees functioning, etc. And I think there is a ground. We are asking for the government to provide what they promised in the acts and the rules. So there are things that lawyers here can do, and there are things that perhaps lawyers should consult and help both the women's community and the medical community. And we will take this over to continue over to you.
Okay. So, Doctor, I want to follow Dr. Raj Raia. He is a prominent name in the public health field in Goa, and he has a tough job because there is very little, we are running short of time, and everybody is also asking for a little break, but there are three presentations in this, 4 in fact. So, good morning to everybody. Because of the shortage of time, I think I have a tough job in pursuing speakers to finish on time. I invite the host speakers for today, Advocate Ambarika Ram, Advocate Kranti,
Yes, we had some reference yesterday. So, I won't take more than 5 to 10 minutes. So, just one to